All right, it says it's live. It says, all right. We are checking to see if this is live, working for the 18th time today. It might take a while to adjust it. Let me see. This is Jack Bravo at the Righteous Edge doing the last test. Hey Michelle, you can check. Can you check and see if it's live? Okay. All right. Check, check. Mic check. You hear anything with the no audio at all? Check, check, mic check. Check, check. Mic check. Check, check, mic check. It might be delayed or something. Check, check. You can turn it all the way up. No, you should be able to hear that. Is it? Can you hear it? Okay. Because Scott can't say he can't hear nothing. Let me check something. Okay. All right. Apparently something is working. All right. It's been a nightmare to put this together. Oh my goodness, man. I could spend an hour talking about how apparently maybe some witch put a curse on us when we did the witch talk video. Because this is insane. Oh my goodness, man.
This is gonna become a tech podcast.
Dude, this has been insane.
Yeah, it's just been.
So,
yeah.
This is Jack Bravo at the Righteous Edge. We will get right to it. One of our first topics that I want to talk about today is the fact of we have had someone comment on our video, and I like to respond to comments, and I want to always respond to comments because it seems to me that a lot of YouTubers, once they get to a certain level, they pretend like they too big to respond to people. But those very people that are commenting on your videos, those very people that support you, they're the ones who got you where you are. So you have to take time to respond to people's comments. The first thing I want to talk about is the low vibes, low vibrations. Somebody said I got low vibrations. Do we got the low vibrations pick? It might take a second to find it, Mr. Producer. But somebody said we got low vibration. I don't really know what that means. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What it is somebody basically saying they don't like you and they're trying to over spiritualize it by labeling it low vibrations because they don't necessarily know how to define anything. So yeah, can you let me see? I might be able to find it. If you just look in it should be in there. Scroll all the way down. It might be. Let me see. Uh, is it back?
It's back. It seems to be going in and out.
Maybe
It's the connection. Maybe it's something else. I don't know, man.
I think it's that witch talk stuff.
Yes, it's got to be witch talk.
It's got to be witch talk.
So, anyways, I'll just describe it. Oh,
It's got to be witch talk.
now my screen just went off. This is insane. Okay. Okay. So what happened is a lady commented on, we just released a video that was from a while ago with me and my brother. And it was talking about Tracy Ellis Ross. And she had made some statements talking about how fun it is to be a first-class slut. And she was talking about she's older now. What is she, like 50-something years old?
I think so,
And
yeah.
she's still going out playing the field. And me and my brother were commenting on that. And a black woman commented, and she said, I watched everything you guys had to say, and it's very low vibrational. I took a screenshot of it. Maybe I'll post it somewhere later, like on my X or something like that. But she said, it's very low vibrational. And I had a whole segment set up. I don't know where these photos went. Maybe the witch talk got them. But it talked about astrology and how stupid people have to be to believe in something as small minded as astrology. If you really think for 1 second that you and your life decisions and how you act is determined by what month you're born in, you're too stupid to vote. Let me just put that right on out there. You're one of those dumb people that should be kept in a closet somewhere and be monitored by professionals, people smarter than yourself. If you think that stars align and some because I'm a Aries or I'm a Leo, so I have to wear blue. If you're that dumb, you don't deserve to vote and you don't deserve to live amongst us people with regular IQ. These people are so stupid. I was going to go into more detail on this, but we'll have to do that for next. We'll have to say that for next time, Mr. Producer.
Okay.
So let's go into our first topic today, which is 3 big names in the YouTube world, influencers, I guess you want to call them. They have made a video together, and that is Myron, Andrew Tate, and Nick. Nick has been banned off YouTube, so I think Tate has too, if I'm not mistaken. But they're all big names. So they came and they made this video where they were talking about various topics together because Nick Fuentes, he had some things to say about Candace Owens. And let me say this before anyone is confused on my take on a lot of these things. I think Nick Fuentes is one of those people he is intelligent, but I think some of his takes are absolutely stupid and need to be challenged more on the conservative side. And I think people need to not be scared of a person like that. They need to openly debate him. People like Charlie Kirk, people like Ben Shapiro, people like, Matt Walsh, the whole Daily Wire movement. All of those people need to be lining up to debate him to show him that his ideas are idiotic. One of the reasons why they don't is because his group, the Groypers, are ruthless. They will come after you online. They will go after you and they will not stop. Look, if you don't believe me, look at how they came after Candace Owens. He's in a feud with Candace Owens right now. They called her every name in the book. And the reason why I think it's so deplorable, Nick's point of view on this, is simply because he was friends with Candace Owens a second ago. He came on her show. She invited him to the show. She had an open dialogue where they could discuss anything they disagree with. And he chose to wait till after the show to call her out her name. He didn't do that in her face. So I kind of lose respect for that. I think that he does a lot of things because he thinks everybody's after him and he's been canceled, so he think he can just lash out at everybody else. I think that's childish, man. And he wouldn't really do that to somebody's face. He would not call her a bitch, which he did on X, if her husband was right there. No, he wouldn't. And he's trying to act all tough on the internet when he's got some, miles and miles of separation between them. But you had your chance to say that to her face and you chose not to. So I don't respect any man who does stuff like that. I, on the other hand, will say anything to anybody's face that I say behind closed doors. That's a principle I live by. And I expect all men to live by that. Andrew Tate and Myron, to speak on them. Andrew Tate, I agree with a lot of things he says, and I disagree with a lot of things he says. When it comes to sleeping around and having multiple women and impregnating as many women as possible, me with my Christian ethics, I cannot agree with that. I understand what he's trying to say and how he's talking about the West is dying because of lack of, birth and stuff like that. And the white race is dying off and the West is not going and producing. I understand what he's trying to say, but I think he's going about it the wrong way. And the same with Myron. I agree with a lot of the red pill takes, but then I disagree with others too. If I ever got big enough to a chance for a debate with them, I would do a debate with them because I think some of their points are illogical and that if everybody follows
obviously I'm Catholic, so I do believe in one wife, one wife, monogamous, no adultery, no cheating, and you have kids. But I do think that the trad cats, the traditionalists, they're just not being honest about the deal. They want to LARP like it's the 50s, but it's not the 50s. And that matters. You know, they're telling everybody, get married young, have more kids than you can afford. And that was the law, 100 years ago. Maybe that was the rule. That's what everybody was doing. But the whole situation was different. There was a social and cultural taboo against women even being like bossy, mouthy, sarcastic. They didn't want to be a shrew. They didn't want to be a bitch. They couldn't just divorce you with no reason by themselves and then take your stuff and your kids. They didn't have group chats. They didn't have TikTok. They didn't have Instagram. It was a different world. And so, a lot of people it really is a reckless message. And they like to say out of this LARP, pandering to the crowd, they say, oh, yeah, get married young, have more kids than you can afford. You know what the elite would hate? Have more kids, all this kind of stuff. And my message to the young men is you really got to get solid before you consider marriage. And when you get married, it's got to be an extremely judicious decision. If you're going to have a wife, and I believe you should have one wife, you got to pick the right one. And when you pick the right one, you got to lay the ground rules early. A lot of these young Catholic men, they're so taken by the women because they have no experience with them that they become simps and the women run their shit. And I see it. I know many people that are like this. I know many young men who are married and the wife runs their shit. She wears the pants. And these good little Catholic boys, it's almost like they buy into it more than the woman does. Because a good little Catholic guy says, oh, she's an angel. God gave me an angel and all this kind of stuff. And the woman is thinking, this pussy, I'm going to run this guy's life. I'm the one who's in charge of the house. And I hate seeing it. And for this, they call me gay. For this, they say I'm anti-family. For this, they say I'm a fake Catholic. They say, why don't you encourage your followers to get married? I think they should do it, but I think they should do it responsibly. And they got to put the women in their place. Here's the thing. I find women incredibly annoying. I'm a super high IQ person. I find most people annoying in general. I think women are dumber than men. I find them extraordinarily annoying. And I don't know how most men don't. And if I'm ever going to get married, the arrangement is not going to be that I'm getting nagged, that I'm getting told what to do, that I'm checking in with my wife. It's like, you're going to do your fucking obligations. You're going to leave me alone. And you're going to be my wife. You're not going to be my buddy. You're not going to be my best friend. You're going to be my damn ass wife. And a lot of people say, oh, well, that means you don't really like women that much. It's like, yeah, I kind of don't. I mean, not as friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I think about,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're
like
annoying, dude. I talk to them every day. It's literally, I don't know anyone that enjoys the company of women. It fucking sucks, but continue. Keep going.
Yeah,
hilarious.
I mean, look, you want to fuck them and everything, but like, when I think about it, I want to go out and have the best time of my life. I think I want to go with my best male friend. I want to go with my best male friend who's intellectual and intelligent and risk-taking and that.
Check, check, mic check. Can you hear it on yours? On your check, check, mic check. We're doing apparently the sound went out again. Uh-oh. Somebody calling me because the sound done went out. Is it back? All right, check, check, mic check. What's up, man? You said the sound went out. Hello? Hey, you there? Oh, I thought you called me. I'm doing a live right now. What's up? Let me check, man. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me call you back, okay? All right. So is it still on? Is it still? It's hard to even check when it's going on and when it's on. Yeah, I thought somebody was calling me to tell me the audio's having issues. Oh crap. I know, man. This is oh my goodness. It's everything going wrong. So, anyways, let's play. You know what? Before we go anywhere else, let's play the next video. If it keeps messing up like this, then we'll just we'll stop after this segment.
Which video?
That is the white simp video.
Yeah, I think white people especially have a very precarious scenario because they're on the risk of basically simping themselves into extinction. Like whenever I see these OnlyFans girls say, I made $1 million in a day, I know there's not a cent or a dollar. Bro. Like that's all white people. That's white people. That's white boys. A lot of them are the same ones talking about getting married. And I can even talk about my webcam company I had, which I've been very honest and open about. All those were white men. They were all married. They all were, I love my wife, and then going to the toilet with a laptop, jerking off when their wife went to sleep. These people aren't even loyal. That's the worst thing about it. They pretend to be loyal, but perhaps they can't do any better, or they're scared of getting a divorce raped. They're not even actually genuinely loyal. So white people are in a really precarious scenario because they're the only ones who listen to women at all, and they're on the verge of basically simping themselves into extinction. The OnlyFans girl who just extorted Shannon Sharp and sued him for sexual assault and took all his money, took $10 million and quit her OnlyFans. All her stories now on Instagram are the Bible and Catholic Church because she just got a fucking payout and now she's walking around there. And I guess what? It's going to be some little white boy Catholic who meets her, holds her hand and says, I can't believe that big black man did those evil things to you. You definitely didn't want him to fuck you like that, you poor thing. Let me marry you, love you, darling, and maybe get one kid out of it before he gets divorce raped and end up fucking sending money to some other OnlyFans girls. This is a big white problem. This simping shit is a white issue. It's a big one.
Especially
And
married guys.
It's difficult. It is difficult. And I understand what Nick's saying about, you know, he's a Catholic and he has certain rules and certain things he wants to live by. I get it. No man is going to go to war for his country if he doesn't feel like the king of his own house. If he comes home and his wife doesn't listen to him and he's getting fucking henpecked, he ain't going to go and defend that street or defend that town. You're breaking the man's spirit. You're breaking his soul over a fucking toilet seat. And you're wondering why they get away with what they get away with. That's why big women's such a threat. That's why they push it so heavily. That's why they have the full force of the law behind them, who by the way, are men with guns. Men. So it's a really precarious scenario. And I have a lot of young people who come to me and ask the same question. And I don't even have an answer. Because
all right. So one of the things that Andrew Tate said that I sort of agree with, I was talking about before where it was talked about in when I was talking about going to a bunch of suburban churches. We do have a simp epidemic. Now, he blamed that on the white people. Like he was saying, white people be simping and it ain't the black people doing that. Here's the thing, though. I think they simp in different ways. I just watched a video today, and it was on X, where it was this stud woman, this woman that was pretending to be a dude. In the black community, we call them studs. They be dressing like dudes, trying to act like dudes. and she was trying to fight this grown man, and she was pushing up on the man. She was trying to swing off on the man, and she finally connected. And and he kept backing away. He was like trying to get away from her, and he was trying and trying and trying, and it was people watching. And thing they kept saying is, "You better not hit no female. You better not hit no female." Now the thing about it was they just kept saying that. And then he finally hit her back after she hit him multiple times, and then they jumped in to beat him up. They all jumped, "Oh, you can't, that's a whole female. You shouldn't have hit her." That's simping as well. That happens a lot in the black community. Is you let women get away with so much stuff, and then when it comes to the men, you gonna stand up and beat the dude up. That happens a lot. But in the white community, I have seen a lot of simping. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a steady growth of men who are scared of their wives. Like I'm talking about visibly scared. It went out again? All right, we got to stop then.